Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. Here are the top stories. The meeting of the President's Conference plans parliamentary activities. Still for the national news, World Teachers Day under the theme Rethinking Teaching as a Collaborative Profession. And for the international news, worldwide mobilization following the interception of the Sumud flotilla bound for Gaza. The details tonight. The details now. In a few days, the Republic of Djibouti will become the African capital of institutional transparency and memory, under the high patronage of His Excellency, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic of Djibouti. The General Secretary of the government is organizing the African Gazettes Forum from October 15 to 16, 2025, an exceptional Pan-African gathering unprecedented on the continent, dedicated to sharing transparency and good governance. For 2 days, Djibouti will become a crossroads of African voices. Ministers, secretaries general, legal experts, activists, academics, and institutional leaders will come together to discuss a vital subject: legal and public information. Because to publish the law is to bring justice to life, to make information accessible is to strengthen the bond between the state and its citizens. At the same time, from October 15 to November 15, 2025, a unique historical exhibition will invite the public on a journey through time. Rare documents, archive images, ancient maps, and contemporary works will come together to tell the story of 125 years of a national epic. Through this twofold event, Djibouti reaffirmed its role as a bridge between memory and modernity, between the Africa of yesterday and the Africa of tomorrow. A gathering where the rigor of the state meets the fervor of history, a moment when the official pen meets the voice of the people. And now, as I mentioned on the title, the chairmanship of the President of the National Assembly, Mr. Dileita Mohamed Dileita, the Conference of Presidents met today in accordance with Article 12 and 21 of the Rules of Procedures. The government was represented by Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, accompanied by Mr. Hassan Omar Burhan, Minister of Defense in charge of relations with Parliament. On the parliamentary side, participants included the first and second Vice President of the Assembly, parliamentary group leaders, chairs of permanent committees, the General Rapporteur of the Budget, Mr. Ismail Gulal, as the Secretary General of the National Assembly. As the coordinating body for the parliamentary activity, the Conference of Presidents reviewed the organization of legislative work for the current session, the scheduling of plenary sitting, and the referral of the draft laws to the relevant committees. At the conclusion of the meeting, the competent committees will carry out detailed reviews of the text before their reports are presented in plenary session. Following deliberation, the conference approved the referral of these draft laws to the relevant committees and validated to the legislative calendar for the coming weeks. And now, World Teachers Day was celebrated today in Djibouti under the theme, the teachers we need for education, we want, reclaiming teachers, teaching as a collaborative profession. As a tradition, the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, MENFOP, organized the event in grand fashion at the prestigious Grand Isle Hotel in the presence of numerous distinguished guests. Alongside the host of ceremony, the Minister of Education, Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, were his colleagues from the Budget and Communication Ministry, Mr. Ismail Ibrahim Roble and Mr. Radwan Abdullahi Bahadon, as well as foreign diplomats, representatives of state institutions and officials from international organizations. The event, which saw a large turnout, brought together many teachers, MENFOP staff, and researchers to celebrate the teaching profession. On this occasion, the Ministry also launched the National Days of Innovation in Action Research in the presence of a panel of experts and education specialists. Opening the official speeches, Mrs. Nima Hassan, Director of National Education Training, paid heartfelt tribute to teachers. This ambitious vision, he said, the ministry said, reflect the policy of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Al-Hajj Ismail Omar Guelleh, founder of the Djibouti civic-minded school system, as an education that is tailored to national needs, open to the world, and focused on the future. Following the official address, the National Days of Innovation and Action Research officially open. They will continue today and tomorrow, featuring workshops, presentation by experts from CFN and the university agents of Francophonie, and discussion around best pedagogical practices. This working session will lead to concrete recommendations for building the Djiboutian School of tomorrow. Those who practice the most noble profession in the world, while reaffirming the government's commitment to improving teachers' working conditions. They also commended MENPOB's efforts to enhance education quality and encourage teachers to continue their work with passion and excellence. Mrs. Nima Hassan, General Manager of the National Education Training Center, delivered a heartfelt tribute to teachers. Let's listen to her words.
The Director General of the National Education Training Center, Ms. Nima Hassan, said that the teacher is indeed the central link in the educational community. This essential role goes beyond the simple transmission of knowledge. It links students, families, institutions, and society, she said. Recognition of the enhancing this function is crucial to improve the quality of the education. This implies a constant investment in this training and support the working condition of the teacher. This is the whole mission of the CFEN in order to prepare and support teachers so that they are the engine of the lasting education transformation.
And for his part, the Ministry of Telecommunication, His Excellency Redwan Abdullahi Bahadon, delivered a thoughtful and inspiring message in which he highlighted the indispensable role of teachers as the foundation of societal progress and national development.
The Minister of Telecommunication, in his speech, said that it is both an honor and a pleasure to speak with you today on this World Teachers' Day, which we also celebrate alongside the Day of Innovation and Researches. First of all, I would like to congratulate the National Education Committee for its commitment to improve the practical education system and for taking the time to explain it. I extend my deepest thanks to all of the teachers in Djibouti who have been doing remarkable works for many years. Your dedication truly shaped the future of our nation. I encourage you to continue on this path of excellence.
And now the Minister of Budget, His Excellency Ismail Ibrahim Roble, paid a heartfelt and sincere tribute to teachers, describing them as those who practice the noblest profession in the world.
D'abord, à l'entame de ma petite intervention qui sera très brève,
at the beginning of my little speech, which will be very brief, I would like to thank the National Education Ministry for inviting us to this exceptional day. I would also like to congratulate the National Education Ministry for the work they have done every day. We benefit from this event that we have most in the world for all the citizens. I am, for my part, very proud and even privileged to take part in this event. And as you see it, it is an experience for all of us.
And now His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, Minister of National Education Vocational Training, spoke proudly on behalf of the nation, expressing Djibouti's profound pride in its teachers and their invaluable contribution to the country's future.
Imaginez une salle de classe.
In his speech, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training opened his speech by presenting an ambitious vision of the school of tomorrow, a classroom where each student learns at their own pace, teacher based on researches to innovate, and a school as a living laboratory of ideas and citizenship. He said that this vision is a continuation of education policy of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margeli, aimed at citizen school, adapt to the national need and open to the wall, but also the tower of the future. The Minister of National Education also recalled the progress made under this leadership. He presented the Search Lab of Menfob Training Center as a decisive step for the promotion of and also reflection of educational experimentation, and also develop the educational practices based on scientific data and adapt to the national context. The minister concluded his speech by calling for a collective mobilization. His ministries but also training and establishment academic partners and teacher must collaborate, said the minister, in order to build an innovative school and preparing competent and responsible citizens.
And now also tonight, under the high patronage of the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Agriculture, Water, Fishery, Livestock and Fishery Resources, in partnership with the African Development Bank and the Alliance of Biodiversity International, held the launch workshop for the Pilot Digital Agricultural Advisory Project. The meeting brought together senior officials from the administration, local authorities and technical and financial partners, alongside farmers, agropastoralists and livestock breeders. It established the framework for concrete public action to provide producers with reliable advice in local language, accessible via the most common mobile phones. The goal is clear: to enable better decision-making in the field, optimize water use, secure production and sustainably increase incomes. Beyond the technical aspect, the government presented a clear agricultural vision to make digital agricultural advisory a modern public service rooted in national institution, communicating in the language of our citizens. This pilot initiative enshrines three principles: useful agricultural information, inclusion is a concrete and measurable requirement, transparency through results is the rule to guide public decisions. And now let's listen to Dr. Isa, a representative of the Alliance of Biodiversity International, he emphasized the crucial importance of this workshop for Djibouti. He highlighted how the initiative represents a significant step forward in supporting local farmers and pastoralists through a reliable, accessible digital agricultural advice tailored to their needs. The doctor also stressed the potential of the project to improve agricultural productivity, promote sustainable resource management, and ultimately enhance the livelihoods of rural communities across the country. And now the minister emphasized that Djibouti is currently facing significant structural challenges, including chronic water stress, limited arable land, and high market volatility, all of which place considerable pressure on household livelihoods. In this difficult context, the timely dissemination of concise, clear, and actionable information serves as a crucial tool to improve agricultural and resource management practices, reduce losses, and ultimately secure and stabilize incomes for vulnerable population. And now the SEMGA, the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, Army Corps, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim Bach, received this morning, 9 a.m. at the officials Hotel Hassan Bassouma Hassan, His Excellency Mr. Jérôme Bresson, the new ambassador of the French Republic to the Republic of Djibouti. This meeting, conducted in a spirit of courtesy and partnership, marked the first official contact between the two officials. The discussion reaffirmed the shared commitment of Djibouti and France to maintain a regular and constructive dialogue in the military domain. General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim congratulated Mr. Bresson on his appointment and wished him every success in the exercise of his new duties. He also emphasized the commitment of the Djiboutian Armed Forces to continue exemplary cooperation. In a symbolic gesture of friendship and respect, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim presented His Excellency Mr. Jérôme with a traditional dome of the Djiboutian Armed Forces, an emblematic gift symbolizing honor, loyalty, and cooperation between the two nations. And now the Djibouti Red Crescent, in collaboration with the Saudi Red Crescent, organized on Sunday, October 5th at the Sheraton Hotel, a first aid training session specially designed for visually impaired and blind individuals. The opening ceremony was held in the presence of Mrs. Amina Hussein Farah, Secretary General of the Djibouti Red Crescent, in the presence of representatives from the National Network of Persons with Specific Needs. This initiative aims to provide basic knowledge and skills necessary for managing an emergency situation. It enables participants to learn learn how to respond effectively to danger, administer first aid, and build their self-confidence. Beyond technical training, this program seeks to empower persons with specific needs to save lives, support medical teams, and promote a culture of solidarity, responsibility, and mutual aid within the community. Beyond technical training, this program seeks to empower persons with specific needs to save lives, support medical teams, an inclusive and civic-minded approach that contributes to making Djiboutian society safer and more resilient. And now the Secretary General of the Djibouti Red Crescent, Mrs. Amina Hussein, explained the purpose and expected outcomes of the training. She highlighted how the program equips visually impaired participants with essential first aid skills, enhances their ability to respond confidently in emergencies, and ultimately contributes to strengthening community resilience and solidarity. And now we go into Somalia, where the Federal Republic of Somalia has reached a new milestone in modernizing its public services with the official launch on September 1st, 2025 of its electronic travel authorization system known as ETAS. This new system now allows foreign travelers to apply for their visas online prior to arrival in the country. The advancement simplifies administrative procedures and significantly reduces waiting times at the country's entry point. According to the Somali Immigrant and Citizenship Agency, this initiative marks a historic step in the digitization of government services while supporting the growth of the tourism sector. The Ministry of Tourism reported that over 10,000 tourist arrivals were recorded in 2024, representing a 50% increase compared to the previous year, a growth that reflects renewed travelers' confidence and improvement in the security climate. And now in Kenya, in Nairobi, from October 1 to October 1st to 2nd, 2025, the International Organization of Migration, in partnership with ICPAC and the Office of the UN Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, organized a regional workshop in Nairobi. This event brought together journalists from Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, South Sudan, and Uganda. The objective was to strengthen media engagement in the links between climate change, human mobility, peace, and security in the IGAD region. Accordingly to the 2024 global report on internal displacement of the 7.8 million people displaced by disaster in sub-Saharan Africa, more than 1.4 million live in IGAD member states. For the international news, as I mentioned in the title, Israel's interception of the Sumud humanitarian flotilla to Gaza sparked worldwide protests demanding the release of detained activists. Demonstration took place in Malaysia.
In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysian Hundred Secretary outside the U.S. Embassy demanding the release of 23 Malaysian taken aboard the ship's activist Faris Arifin accused Israel of kidnapping those trying to deliver aid as prostitutes with Palestinian flags and carry partners reading stop genocide and free Palestinian. In Rio de Janeiro, Brazil student and social movement marched through the street Tuesday. Jans demanded the release of personal national detainees and called for cutting economic and diplomatic ties with Israel. Demonstrator Leandro urged to her action, saying the flotilla's voluntaries only sought to carry symbolic relief supplies.
And now UN condemns Israeli grenade drop near peacekeepers in Lebanon. The details with Hinda.
The United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon on Friday condemned Israeli grenade attack near its peacekeepers and Lebanese soldiers in southern Lebanon, calling them a serious violation of UN Security Council Resolution in 1701. In a statement, UNIFIL said that Israel Defense Force drones on Tuesday dropped several grenades near peacekeepers who were working alongside Lebanese soldiers to protect civilian workers, clearing the rubble of homes destroyed in the conflict in the border village of Marun al-Raz. At around 11 a.m., peacekeepers at two separate locations here, a grenade exploded near a specificator about 500 meters away. Minutes later, one group saw a drone overhead and witnessed an explosion turning to 40 meters away. About 20 minutes after that, another group reported a grenade dropped by reportedly drone exploding only 20 meters above their heads, according to the statement.
And now in Egypt will host negotiations between Hamas and Israel to finalize a prisoner exchange as part of the Trump peace proposal. Talks will begin in Sharm el-Sheikh with delegation from Hamas, Qatar and U.S. Special Envoy participation. This discussion represents a rare diplomatic opportunity to address long-standing issues between the parties and could pave the way for broader peace efforts in the Middle East. Significant challenges remain. Observers note that the success of these talks depend heavily on both sides' willingness to compromise and the support of regional and international actors. Now, a study by the AAT Lancet Commission finds that a mostly plant-based diet could prevent 15 million deaths yearly and reduce agricultural emission by 15%. The report calls for increased plant food and reduced red meat consumption. Experts emphasize that adopting such diet globally could play a crucial role in combating climate change, improving public health, and preserving biodiversity, urging policymakers to support sustainable food systems. This is it for this 9 p.m. English News edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on RTD.